Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Dawn. If you're new here, my husband and I were going to early retire in Eastern Europe in the beautiful country of Georgia and the capital of Tbilisi there. But we got there just about a month and a half before the whole situation with President Putin and Ukraine happened. So we did not stay. We came back, and ever since then, we've been listening to the news and watching our prices increase and hearing about all of the disasters and all the things going on and what people are saying could happen here and could happen there and the shortages that are coming and all of this. And we found ourselves just in a state of alarm all the time, like just feeling this urgency to do what we could and learn what we can to prepare and maybe make our own food and things like that. And all of that is good, but we also need to remember that life is still good. God is still in charge. We can still have fun and laugh and enjoy the life that we have. And so that's why I created this channel, to do mostly really fun, easy garden projects that you can do no matter where you live, whether you're on a big farm or you're in a little apartment, maybe a balcony, anything like that. You can do these projects, and you can do a lot of them inside. It doesn't take a lot of extra materials and really expensive equipment to get these done. And then you can be growing your own things. And that's what I'm talking about today, is growing your own herbs. Now, I found this here. I thought it was really cute. I don't really want to share the link. If you really want it, please do comment, and I can do that. But the reason is because these cups here that comes with it, they had little tiny holes in them, just little tiny. They never would have drained right. And so I used my husband's tool that he taught me. I don't know a lot of them, but I know that one. I can put holes in there, and I did that. But I remember, especially when I was very first starting, I would be watching videos or reading books or something, and they would say, oh, this is a really simple, easy project. Anybody can do this. And then 10 minutes later, they're using 5 different tools and all these kinds of bags of things, and I was overwhelmed and confused, and that was too much for me. And I don't want that to be the case. It is super simple to grow herbs. You don't need anything like this to grow them in. If you have a simple little pot, you can put them in there and start them. Now these are small enough, you would need to transplant them when they got bigger. You could put them just in a regular pot that you have, anything like that. Herbs are so easy to grow, and they grow inside. You can put them in a sunny window. If you know my channel, you know that I can't, because of my tabby cat. All my sunny windows are right where he can get them. So I do have some inexpensive grow lights, and I can put the link down there. I was really glad that I found them. They're thin, and you can move them around. They're not the big giant ones, because I don't have space for that. Our cabin here is pretty small. So we're going to make the pots up today, and I'll show you how to do that. First, I want to share scriptures with you, because I always want to do that. I always want to remind us that God is in charge. He is not forgotten us. He is here with us, and He knows what we're going through. So the first one is in Psalm 120, and as you may know, I read the Old Testament out of the Complete Jewish Bible, and so where it talks about the Lord, it says Adonai. I called to Adonai in my distress, and He answered me. That is so good to remember, that God hears us and He answers us even today, even with all the craziness. And then in the New Testament, Ephesians chapter 3, verses 4 and 6, Paul is talking to the Gentiles, which are people like me, not the Jewish people. And he's saying, in reading this, then you will be able to understand my insight into the mystery of Christ. This mystery is that through the gospel, the Gentiles are heirs together with Israel, members together of one body, and sharers together in the promise of Christ Jesus. And I always leave links down below so you can learn more about that promise, if that's something that sounds good to you, and you can find that peace that we all so need. Okay, so on to our herbs. I've already got 2 filled up here, and they're already moistened. They're ready to go, so they're ready for seeds. And then this one, I thought I would just show you what I was doing. So since these they don't have big holes, and yours may not either, depending on what you have. And even if they do, you can get some sand. Where did I put mine? Here it is. Oh, that's heavy. It's just regular old sand. And I got that from Home Depot. You can get it from Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or whatever home store you may have close to you. They should have it. Sometimes it's in the construction section, so it may be there. But you can mix that in with your dirt. Now, I've shown before, I really like the Kellogg's dirt, and I'll show it to you for lots of reasons. But this, it's organic, and that's really important to me since we're going to be eating these. And they have all different kinds. They have raised bed garden, different things. I can put a link to them too. So it's mostly dirt. Put a little bit of sand in there, and that will help with the drainage as well. And you just put it to the top. And then for the seeds, you have lots of different options. There are places like My Gardener, and I can put a link to him down there, MI Gardener. But there's just lots of different options for, especially for herbs and things. Now this one came as a pack with these in there. And I would say the same thing that I am learning to do. Think about what you actually use. Because if you just want to grow something because it's fun, that's fine. Some people grow rosemary because it smells good, things like that. But if you never use, say, thyme, maybe it's just something you don't cook with, then don't grow thyme. Grow something that you actually use, because it's so fun when you're making a pasta sauce or something and you're pulling basil leaves off and it smells so good when you're doing that. But you're using your own leaves in your recipe, and that's just wonderful. Now, I'm not going to do all of these just for the sake of time, but the 3 that I'm going to put in here that I do use a lot is my basil, my parsley, and my cilantro. Oh, cilantro with homemade salsa. Oh, you should try it. It's so good. And it's easy. It's so easy to do. And they'll most likely, almost always, I've never seen one yet that has it. No matter what seed pack you get or where you get it from, there should be directions on the back that tell you what to do and how deep to put them in and all of that. And you want to follow that. So we're just going to put some of our seeds in here. You poke it down, as far as it tells you to on your package. Put some in there. Cover them up. Pack it down lightly. And then you're going to want to have it moist, really moist to begin with. So this one, like I said, is not yet watered. So I would water that. And then you can put plastic wrap over this if you like as you're starting them out. It's no different than if you're getting one of those big seed starting things you've seen probably in Lowe's and Home Depot and things, and they have that lid over them. It's the same concept. So you could put that on there, and then you would leave that on there until you see them start to sprout, and then you'd want to take that off. So you can do that. I have also had success. It wasn't on purpose. I didn't think about it. I didn't put them on there, and they still grew. So you don't have to do that, but that certainly would be something you could do as well. Now, you'll just put these in a sunny window or a sunny spot, or use a grow light, something like that. You can always put them outside as well, especially if you're in one of the warmer zones and you can grow things year round. Then it's really easy. But even for us here in the colder areas, these grow all year. Not difficult, and you just follow your instructions on your seed packet as far as watering, and you'll be surprised how quickly they grow, and you'll have your own herbs. And once they start going, then you just pick a few of them off at a time, and you don't have to buy any more. They'll just keep going, and it'll be really, really good. Of course, you can use things like worm tea. I don't know if you've heard of worm tea. I'll put a link to one of them down there. It definitely adds nutrients into your soil, especially once you're using soil for a while, or if you're maybe going to reuse some soil that you already have used, that would be helpful. But again, I have done this with nothing but the soil, and they grow. So you can do that, especially if you're just starting out. Don't feel overwhelmed, and it should work for you. All right, please do hit the like button if you like this video. If you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can get notified when there are videos coming up. But also, please check in on my channel now and then, because I'm hearing from a lot of different sources, and I've even noticed it myself on my channel, that people are not getting notified for some reason of when people put their new videos up. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's just a glitch. It'll get fixed. But in the meantime, please do check, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.